What's good, y'all? It's your boy Jeremiah here. And just wanted to make a quick little video going over some of the bets that I made this weekend for the wild card games. To be honest, I really haven't gambled much this year as far as NFL games goes. I gambled a little bit first 3 weeks, but just wasn't making any money, man. So I try to do myself a favor and do my wallet a favor and chill with that. But it's the playoffs. We're back. So I figured, watch playoff games, got a couple of dollars sprinkled on it. To be honest, I feel good about most of these bets. So, yeah, let me just get into it. I'm going to share them with y'all. The first one. So the way I did it, I should explain this. The way I did it is I bet so Saturday there's 2 games. I parlayed those games together. Sunday has 3 games. I parlayed that, and I didn't actually bet on the Monday night game. I kind of want to wait to see how the first 2 days turn out, see if I have any winnings, and maybe I'll throw some of that on the Monday night game, which is Arizona at LA. But yeah, that's kind of just how I like to gamble. I don't know. I don't like to have games tied into different days in one parlay. Like, say if my Saturday games hit, but then I gotta wait for a Sunday night game to hit, and that completes the parlay. Like, I don't know. I just don't like that. It's not a pleasant experience knowing you got to wait a whole nother day to see if you win that bread or not. So I kind of like to separate it day by day as far as the parlays go. And the first one, so the Saturday slate, which is today, I'm filming this video today. I'm gonna definitely try to have it up before this first game. It's Vegas at Cincy. And I took Vegas plus 7.5. So I'm buying a 1.5. And what that means is, so the line originally was Vegas plus 6, or at least the time when I bet it, it was Vegas plus 6. So I bought a 1.5, meaning I lessen the odds. So when I put in money into that bet, I won't make as much when I buy the points, because it kind of, increases my chances of that bet hit. Vegas being at plus 7.5 means they can lose by 7. They can lose by a touchdown. They can lose by a field goal, or they could win and that bet will hit. But if Cincy was to beat them by more than 7.5, so obviously you can't have a half point of football. If they was to beat them by 8 points, whatever, or 10, Cincy would win that bet. And I don't know, man. I think Vegas plus 7.5 is a good bet to throw in a parlay, because I know they met in week 10, and Cincy actually blew them out. And Mixon was going crazy in that game. He had like a $123, 2 touchdowns. And since then, Burrow has turned up, and it's been, kind of opposite of a run first offense. It's definitely been a pass first offense, especially with that kid Chase, who's probably going to win offensive rookie of the year. But man, it's the playoffs. Y'all know that's a different animal. Raiders got Waller back. They had him back in that finale against the Chargers, but that was his first game back in a minute. So I think he's going to be more, it's just going to feel more better with an extra week to prepare. Pair that with Renfro. Renfro's so underrated, bro. Like, that dude's route running is crazy. And they kind of got the nobody believes in us factor that me and Gabe talked about in the last show. So yeah, I know, I get since he won big that first matchup, but Vegas feels as if they've been on this high lately. And if since he's gonna win, I don't see it being by a lot. And that kind of just goes back to the logic that I'm putting here with putting Vegas at plus 7.5, because I'm like, yo, Vegas, they're gonna keep this close. At least I hope so, for so I can win some money. But I feel as if they're going to keep this close, like at the bare minimum. And me buying the points, the 1.5 points, boosting it to Vegas plus 7.5 at Cincy, puts those odds at minus 155, where when it was at Vegas plus 6, I think it was, at minus 120. So like I said, like I mentioned earlier, you lose a little bit of the odds, but it's a safer pick in my opinion, because I can see Vegas keeping it with at least within a touchdown at the very least. So Vegas plus 7.5 at Cincy is my first part of the Saturday parlay. The second part is, of course, the coming out of the New England and Buffalo game. And in that one, I'm just taking the New England money line straight up. That's at plus 185, which is good odds. But that tells you Vegas is favoring Buffalo. I don't know, man. The Pats, they're getting guys back on offense. This honestly, to me, feels like a Belichick just coaching one of those masterclass games. People always talk about players and their impact on the game, which obviously it's a player-run sport. But I feel as if there's a lost element with coaches and their like performance in the game. And, some coaches, I feel as if they rise to the occasion when the moment's bigger. And Belichick is definitely, the GOATs when it comes to that. It's also low-key a homer pick because, go Pats. But I like those odds at plus 185, and we're trying to win some money here. So the better the odds, the better the parlay, the more we win. So you got Vegas plus 7.5 at minus 155, and the New England money line at Buffalo at plus 185. If you bet 100, which I'm not betting 100 just on this parlay alone, but for the big ballers at home. If you bet 100, you win 368. So good return on your investment there. Vegas can just keep that game close, win or loss. And if New England could just win in Buffalo, that's obviously the risky part about it. But, you got to take some risks to win some money. So 100 for 368, I feel as if that's a good bet right there. So that's my Saturday slate. Now we can move on to Sunday slate. Sunday got 3 games, so I had to throw all 3 of these in a parlay. But the first one is Tampa. This game is in Tampa. They're hosting Philly. And that I did Tampa -6.5, and I bought 2 points. So originally Vegas had it at Tampa -8.5, but I'm like, I don't know, man. The NFC East, they kind of played Brady hard. I'm not sure about Tampa winning by more than a touchdown. I mean, they could win by a touchdown. Kind of hope they don't, because that'll fuck up my bet. But yeah, man, I just think this game is going to be close. I'm obviously still approaching it as if Tampa is going to win this game. That's why I'm keeping it at Tampa -6.5. But yeah, I had to buy some points there to get those odds to -165, which isn't terrible, but that's just me feeling as if this might be a closer game than people realize. Definitely still think Tampa's going to win, but as a bettor, I'm approaching this as a close game, and that's how I want to make my money. Tampa to cover at -6.5. I'm saying I don't think they're going to blow them out. That's why I'm buying the points, but I still think they're going to win. And I want to keep the odds in my favor at -165 for that bet. So I'm going with Tampa -6.5, hosting Philly. That's the first wild card game for Sunday. The second one, and this is probably the best game in my opinion, is San Francisco at Dallas. And for this one, man, I know I picked Dallas on the podcast that we filmed last week, but as a gambler, man, that San Francisco money line at +140 is enticing. So I think I'm going to have to switch over to the San Fran side of this. And I'm just going to San Fran money line. That means I'm taking them straight up to win. And it's tough because, Dallas has guys, San Francisco has guys, but 49ers 7th best run defense. So that might take Zeke out, and that's going to force Dak to throw in. I just don't know how much I trust Dak if you're asking him, just go win this game against a really good defense, because they also have the 6th best pass defense. So, you're kind of playing into San Francisco's strength on both ends. And rather than Dallas, I think they're like +235, which, it's just you're wasting money at that point if you're just putting that bet in. So this is more of like a bettor's sicko pick, the San Francisco money line, but I think it actually really could happen. So San Fran money line at Dallas +140, add that to the parlay. So we got Tampa -6.5, San Francisco money line, and the third leg to this parlay for the Sunday slate is Pittsburgh and Kansas City. I'm going over 46 points. I just think this is going to be a shootout, man. I think Big Ben's going to be his last sort of hurrah. He's going to try to just leave it all on the field. I just saw they got Juju coming back, which whatever. But, that's just another guy that could potentially produce touchdowns. Casey's going to put up points. So if they each score at least 24 points, you kind of hit that over. And I think it could be even more than that. So I think that's a good bet. And the odds for that, again, are -110. So Tampa -6.5, San Francisco money line at Dallas. So just San Fran to win straight up. And the Pitt and KC game to go over 46 points. If you bet 100, you win 635. So really good return there. And that's probably the bet that's going to be the most fun. I really hope that one hits, man, because it's going to make me a little bit richer. That's what we want. And if I make it through this, or if you guys make it through these 2 days, then you got the Monday slate, long weekend. So we got Monday off, Arizona at LA. So I haven't placed a bet on this yet. I haven't thrown any money into this game yet, but I don't see it being more than a touchdown, because Stafford's been a disaster for the past God knows how many weeks. I don't really trust the Cardinals either. That's why I'm not going Cardinals money line. Honestly, this game, the more I'm thinking about it, it's probably a stay away. No Hopkins for Zona, but if you're feeling sick and you want to place another bet on Monday night, I would probably go with Cardinals +4, because I could see them keeping it close or potentially winning that game. I just not a lot of trust in the Rams. So yeah, man, that's my bets for this weekend. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. Definitely check out the Richie and Mecco Connection podcast. We got episodes coming out once a week. Check out the Hoop Chat podcast. We got a new episode coming on that one soon. And yeah, man, follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Let's make some money this weekend, man. That's all.